All right. This is the NCAA pod. Week 6. Yeah, week 6. Should have done a little
We're jumping into all the picks that I disagreed with Brian on that I lost.
Yeah.
All right.
So
let's go ahead and go
first,
over.
it's a crisp Friday morning or Friday afternoon, whatever time you're listening to this. You take a breath in, you realize you don't have work tomorrow. And all you want to do is listen to Coach Collins' podcast and talk about some football that's about to happen tomorrow. Heck yeah, let's go. It's football time, okay? It's football time. So, what better thing to do right now than to dive back into last week and talk about Notre Dame losing to Cincy, or Iowa beating Maryland, or Georgia beating the living crap out of Arkansas. What better thing to do right now? So let's do it. Okay? First game. Number 5 Iowa versus Maryland. 51-14. As we said, Iowa wins big. BYU ranked 13th on Utah State, won 34-20, 2 touchdowns. Then we jump into the Saturday games. Alabama, number 1, takes on number 12 Ole Miss, and just lets everybody know Alabama's still Alabama. That Florida game was a fluke, and Lane Kiffin went back to Ole Miss sad. So 42-21, Bama took that by 3 touchdowns.
Now we dive into the picks that Michael got wrong.
Yeah,
I chose Arkansas over Georgia, and I was severely mistaken right there. That is the last time I pick against Georgia for a long time.
Yeah, Georgia's defense is just legit, and if you doubt against Georgia right now, you're wrong. Okay, so Georgia's not losing another game. They may not lose a game for the rest of the year. So I wouldn't be shocked.
And another game that I got wrong, Oregon and Stanford. Stanford pulled out 31-24.
Down goes the big dog, number 3, Oregon.
Yeah.
Moving on, we got Penn State, number 4 in the country against Indiana. Penn State won 24-0. Oklahoma, number 6 in the country, beat Kansas State by 6, 37-31.
It's a little close for that game.
As we said, Cincinnati beat Notre Dame. This is good for college football. Notre Dame doesn't have to play really anybody the rest of the year. So Notre Dame drops back, Cincinnati goes up. This is only good for college football.
And Cincinnati is here to stay.
Yeah. Florida, number 10, goes down against Kentucky, 20-13. Kentucky, great job. Moves up into the top 25. I believe they're 16th right now. That's a good win by Kentucky right there.
How about that tipped pass at the end of that game?
Oh,
full extension. He barely got that ball, and it was awesome watching
that game. It's a great environment to be around some Kentucky fans that, when it's that close, really any fan in the NCAA, you're around a group of them, and you just get hype and start rooting for the team. So, and Florida lost, so everybody's happy today, except Florida fans. 11, Ohio State takes on Rutgers, 52-13. And on to the next one for Ohio State. Michigan, at number 14, beat Wisconsin, 38-17. I was actually pretty shocked on how big Michigan won, but the 2 running back system they have down there, I believe number 25 and number 2. 25 is a big, bulky guy. Number 2 is the quick, fast guy. They got a smash and dash of their own right now, and it's working.
Taking it back to what the Miami Hurricanes did a couple years back.
It's working.
Yeah.
Mississippi State takes down Texas A&M, and let me just say, Texas A&M, for everybody that knew anything about the SEC West, it was looking like A&M was going to be the team to compete with Alabama. Well, they were wrong. After 2 losses, one to Arkansas, one to Mississippi State, they got Bama this week. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah, they're going to get the living fire beat out
I'm sorry, A&M. You're going through a tough 3-week stretch, and hopefully you got a bye week after that, because it's just going to be bad, man. But Mississippi State takes down 15, Texas A&M, 26-22. Coastal Carolina will blow through this one, just like they did their game. Number 16, Coastal Carolina beat Louisiana Monroe, the Warhawks of Louisiana Monroe, 59-6. Not a good game.
Score?
Not a good game for the Warhawks.
Yeah.
Michigan State, number 17, beat Western Kentucky 48-31.
It's a little close.
They were favored by 10.5. They did their job. Good teams win, great teams cover.
Yeah.
Okay? Just saying. You cover the spread. Hawaii beat number... I had to do a double take. Hawaii beat number 18 Fresno State.
Yeah,
27-24.
We could have told you.
I
They
swear to
shouldn't have
God,
been ranked.
if Fresno State is still ranked after this week, how do you lose to Hawaii? What do the Rainbow Warriors have that the Fresno State Bulldogs don't?
When was the last time Hawaii beat a ranked opponent? That might be their first ever.
No, it's not their first
Really?
ever. No.
Oh.
But, I mean, they've been around long enough to have a couple.
Yeah.
And they've been ranked a few times. They are not going to be ranked this year. They are bad. But, better team that day.
Yeah. Oh, shut up. Good Lord.
Oh, man, I was waiting to bring that one out. One game Michael was right on. Number 19, Oklahoma State against number 21, Baylor. I picked Baylor. He picked Oklahoma State. He was very happy at the end of that game. 24-14. The Cowboys got it done. I was actually shocked at this game. I watched this game. We stayed up late. I believe I watched this game. Arizona State against number 20 UCLA. Obviously Pac-12. That's Western time zone. So that game was on late. And Arizona State beat the living crap out of UCLA. Okay, 42-23. I love Herm Edwards' team at Arizona State, but I did not expect that.
Yeah.
UCLA looked legit this year, so just a bad game from UCLA, and that's what it turned into right there. They're not going to be ranked after that week. So Auburn, number 22, beat LSU 24-19. That was a good game.
There's a game that we both got wrong.
Mm-hmm. Number 23, NC State beat La Tech 34-27. Wake Forest beat Louisville close 37-34. And then Clemson beat Boston College 19-13. So
Just barely pulled out
for
against
the
them.
first week in a long time, ladies and gentlemen, the Clemson Tigers are not in the top 25. They were put out of the top 25 for the first week.
I believe
in a long
that's a part of my prediction from last week that they dropped out of the top 25.
Yep. Yeah. It was not... it's just not been a good year for Dabo Swinney and company. And sucks when you don't have the first overall pick at quarterback, huh?
Yeah.
And a really good running back and a couple of wide receivers. So, well, I clicked the wrong button, so it's all good. Miami lost to Virginia.
Yeah, we know.
Week 7. There we go.
Thanks, freshman kicker.
Yeah.
You missed it. Really screwed it up for us right there.
I've got the picks here. Moving on to this week. NCAA Week 7. This is going to be fun.
How do you read that?
Number 15, Coastal Carolina. I'm going to punch you in the face like Coastal Carolina is about to do to Arkansas State and Butch Jones and company. Coastal Carolina's favored by 19.5. It's going to be more than that.
Yeah,
Coastal Carolina's a really good team playing with really bad teams, okay? The Chanticleers will get it done. Coastal Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Temple at number 5, Cincinnati. Cincinnati's favored by 29. Who you got?
They're going to beat the living fire out of Temple. They are here to stay. There are no flukes here. They are whooping up on everybody.
I love the NCAA. When you have games like this where Cincinnati can be favored by 29 and probably still beat them by more. Arizona State against Stanford. Stanford's at Arizona State. After the win they had last week against UCLA, Stanford had a really great win against Oregon, but it was emotional. That takes a lot of effort, and you are really sore the rest of that week. Stanford's not going to win this game. Give me Arizona State. I don't think they covered the 12-point spread, but give me Arizona State.
Give me Stanford.
Okay, so you're going to go with the upset.
Yeah.
Oklahoma, number 6. At number 21, Texas. Oklahoma's favored by 3.5, and I don't think that's enough. Oklahoma, huge.
Yeah.
Sorry, Texas, you're just not there.
Yeah, they're not the. You're not the old Texas again yet.
Maryland at number 7, Ohio State. Ohio State's favored by 21. I think we can both come to the agreement that Ohio State will win this game, probably by more than 21 points.
I don't know if Ohio State wins this one.
Ohio State's winning this one.
Yeah, no, I'm just messing with you.
Number 11, Michigan State at Rutgers. Michigan State's favored by 5, and I don't know what it is about Michigan State, but the bettors in Vegas really do not like them.
Yeah.
Because last week they were favored by 10.5 against WKU, and now they're favored by 5 against Rutgers. I get it. Greg Schiano is a great coach at Rutgers, but Michigan State's just too good, man. Give me Michigan State. Give me double the points, and I'll still take it.
Yeah, if Ohio State's beating Rutgers that bad, I think Michigan State won't have a problem doing the same.
Yeah. Number 13, Arkansas at number 17, Ole Miss. Ole Miss is favored by 6. It's at Ole Miss. That's trouble. I don't know where to go here.
I'm taking Ole Miss.
You're taking Ole Miss. You lost all faith in Arkansas?
I have lost all faith in Arkansas.
Mm-hmm. Ole Miss's offense is harder than I was going to go Arkansas, but just still thinking about Lane Kiffin and the plays he calls in that offense. And give me Ole Miss. It's going to be, I think it's going to be close, but yeah, Ole Miss. Blow through this one. Vandy at number 20, Florida. Florida's favored by 38. Give me Florida.
Do what?
Florida's favored by 38 points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking Florida there.
Just think about this. If Georgia was favored by 61 last 2 weeks ago against Vandy, and you put Georgia over this, and Georgia minus the 61, which means they beat them 62-0. So you have still gotten the bet off of that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hey, but I mean, Kentucky may have given Vandy some hope for upcoming years because I mean, Vandy and Kentucky were on the same level a couple years
I
back.
think Vandy scores maybe one touchdown, but at least Vandy scores. You know, they did it. That was a good game against UConn to watch, but
they were really fighting it out for the worst team in the NCAA right there.
Not there yet. Getting there. Love the coach. Number 2, Georgia against number 18, Auburn. Georgia's favored by 14.5. I think we can both say
Georgia.
Yeah.
Georgia.
Boise State at number 10, BYU. BYU's favored by 5. Boise State has been known to be that team to knock someone out of a ranking spot.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, even if BYU loses to Boise State, they're not going to be knocked out of the top 25. So BYU's got some added pressure on them for being one of the only non-Power 5 schools in the top 25. Give me BYU. Give me them huge. They're trying to prove them and Cincinnati are legit, and they're trying to prove that they should be considered for this college football playoff coming up.
Who's at home again on that game?
BYU.
Okay, yeah, I'm going with BYU then.
Yeah. Number 19, Wake Forest at Syracuse. Wake Forest is favored by 6.5. This is my upset. Give me Syracuse.
Oh man, I hope not. I really hope not.
Why?
They're one of, if not the only ranked team in the ACC right now, aren't they?
Oh yeah,
yeah. That would be
might
very,
right.
very, very bad for the ACC.
Yeah.
If Wake Forest drops out, please don't drop out. I'm gonna have to go with Wake Forest on this one. I just really don't want to see that conference drop out.
Well, we'll go ahead and skip down then, because I was going to go to next, but we'll come back to them. So I told you I took Syracuse, which puts Wake Forest out of the top 25 more than likely.
Yeah.
Notre Dame, number 14, at Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech's 3-1 right now, if I remember, or 4-1 right now. And Virginia Tech is just have one sloppy game. Virginia Tech's going to win this game. Notre Dame's going down again, and possibly out of the top 25. So, yeah, Wake Forest might slide out, but if Virginia Tech beats Notre Dame, which I think will happen, they're going to be in the top 25. There's no doubt. So, there's going to be an ACC team ranked. How long that stays that way, I don't know.
Yeah, I think Virginia Tech pulls away in that game, too. This Notre Dame team has nowhere near the talent that past Notre Dame teams have had. They just can't keep up with anybody right now.
Yeah, Cone right now, quarterback, is just not good.
Yeah.
They did better when they had that small guy come in. So,
yeah.
But Yeah, I skipped. So, number 24, SMU at Navy. SMU's favored by 13.5. I'm taking SMU. Navy's won one game this year, and it wasn't pretty. But when are they? When it's Navy involved. So, I'm assuming you're going SMU too.
Yes, I would be going SMU.
This is one of the bigger, if not biggest, outside of the Arkansas Ole Miss game. One of the biggest games of the week. Number 3, Iowa at number 4, Penn State. That's rough. At Penn State.
I'm taking Iowa.
That's rough, man. Iowa's favored by 2. I'm going to have to go with Iowa too. Penn State fans can get ugly out there in Penn State. I'll tell you. They get ugly.
Yeah.
Iowa's legit. I don't know if Penn State is, but Iowa is. And they've shown it multiple times this year. It's going to be a close game and a really fun game to watch. Iowa wins. Number 9, Michigan at Nebraska. Michigan favored by 3.5. I love this matchup. Michigan's going to win. It's not going to be close. I'm sorry, Nebraska, but your team's just not there. Okay? And Michigan has shown time and time again this year that they're just going to beat down people that are not playing up to their standards. It's not going to be close. Michigan's going to win.
Yeah, you might as well stay home and shuck some corn, Nebraska.
Yeah. LSU at number 16, Kentucky. And why would you even doubt Kentucky right now? The fact that they're undefeated, not doing it. Sorry. Kentucky wins, and I don't think it's close. Kentucky's favored by 3.
Yeah.
And then you got number 1, Bama at Texas A&M. Bama's favored by 17.5, and Texas A&M is about ready to be shipped off to the morgue because they're about dead now. So
that is going to be a beat down.
Yeah.
Said it last week. I'm going to say it again. You ready to say it now?
Yeah. Bama's
you are?
legit. What?
They're going to roll through.
No, I'm not saying that. No.
You have to. If you keep voting Bama, you got to say it.
I keep voting Bama because Bama is good.
Say it
Bama's
for him.
great.
Say it for him, AJ. Come on, man.
Yeah. Moving on. South Carolina at UT. It's in Knoxville. Tennessee's favored by 10.5 and put a butt whooping on Missouri. Missouri.
Yeah.
That was about how it felt like for Missouri. So
I'm going with Tennessee right here because South Carolina is garbage this year.
South Carolina's worse than Missouri, and Tennessee still put up 62 points. So
and they're only favored by 10.5.
Yeah.
That's a bet I'm taking.
I'm not getting too confident because we've seen Tennessee teams mess this up time and time again. But I still think Tennessee's going to win this game. I think South Carolina's just that bad. And they may be, I mean, I don't know when that Vandy, South Carolina game comes around. It's like a fight for last place. You know, whoever loses that game is definitely coming in last in the West, or in the East. West Virginia at Baylor. Baylor's favored by 3. I took Baylor last week against Oklahoma State. I still believe Baylor's a good team. Baylor's going to win that game.
Yeah, I'll actually take Baylor on this.
Georgia Tech at Duke. Georgia Tech's favored by 3.5. Duke is 3-2 right now. Georgia Tech's 2-3.
I'm going with Duke on this one. I just haven't really liked what I've seen out of Georgia Tech so far this year. Now, I haven't watched a whole lot of Duke, but that beats me not liking what I've seen so far. So I'm going with Duke.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Duke too. Georgia Tech's still just trying to figure out how to play after the whole wing T Paul Johnson era. So you also got in the ACC again one of Michael's favorite teams, Virginia, at Louisville. Louisville's favored by 2.5. Michael, who you got?
Louisville.
I got Virginia.
I think Louisville.
I think Virginia's good, but I don't think Louisville's all that great. So I think Virginia's going to win that one by more than a touchdown.
Oh wait, are you saying they're one of my favorite teams because they beat the Canes last week?
Yeah.
That was a botched field goal. He should have made it.
Yeah.
Doesn't count. They were better that day.
Yeah, they were. Utah at USC. USC's favored by 3. Utah has been some sort of a disappointment this year. USC fired their coach after like 1 week, so I don't really know who you go with. This one's kind of tricky, but I'm going to go with USC. I think they have the better team, but who knows, man? That game's going to be up in the air the minute they snap the ball. So,
I'm going with USC, especially if they get Urban Meyer by this game.
If he's fired,
then I'll definitely pick him. Yeah.
It almost seems like that's what he's wanting, but it is what it is, man.
It's 110%. That's what he's wanting.
I don't know, but NCAA Week 7.
Yeah,
we moved right on through that one.
It's a pretty good week for NCAA here. There's not really that many blowouts per se, but I mean, we thought there were going to be blowouts last week, and they turned up being upsets. It's rough to be picking games in the NCAA right now.
Yeah, it's when you start getting to the middle point of the season, you get a few good games, a few just really bad games. Coastal Carolina just has a bad game every game, where it's like you're blowing people out of the water consistently because you didn't know you were going to be this good 5 years ago when you were scheduling this year. So it's like, hey guys,
what conference are they in?
Can we swap it out? Oh man, you're asking me a question I don't know 100%. Sun Belt? I think it's the Sun Belt. Can you look that up for me?
So who else is in that conference?
What conference is
any notable teams in that conference at all?
Troy?
Yeah, that's notable, isn't it?
South Alabama.
Oh my God. That's terrible. It's like playing in the MAC right there.
Did you see it?
Where?
Here, let me see it. You're going too slow.
Apparently they play in a conference full of teams that should probably be either Division II or FCS schools.
Yeah, it's Sunbelt. I was right. Okay.
The conference full of everybody's homecoming games.
It's not a great conference. It's I'll tell you here in a second. Sunbelt Conference. You got Louisiana, UL. They used to be UL Lafayette with the Raging Cajuns against South Alabama and the Jaguars. You also got Arkansas State. No, I just lost it. Arkansas State, Georgia Southern, and Troy, and some other teams. But
that's really a Power 5 conference, but it sounds daggum good from what you're listing.
Yeah, teams good enough to just be out of the Division II. So, but Coastal Carolina. Hey, probably need to move conferences if you want to have a shot for a college football playoff chance. So
yeah. What about Cincinnati? Because weren't they? They were undefeated last year, weren't they?
They either were or they were a game.
They were undefeated and they still didn't make it to the college football playoffs.
Yeah.
You think this year, if they go undefeated, they finally make it in? If
you're UCF, you go undefeated and you put a banner up saying you were national champs. So good for you, UCF 2017. Yeah, Cincinnati didn't need the banner. They just moved on. Said we're just going to be undefeated again next year. If I'm Cincinnati, I'm going out here against Temple. I'm going to do everything in my power to blow them out. And big.
No holding back.
No. It's going to be score after score after score. And poor Temple. They're just caught in the crossfire.
Because their schedule, Cincinnati's schedule, and correct me if I'm wrong, it didn't really look that hard in these upcoming weeks.
It's the
but what you're relying on here is for you to absolutely blow these teams out of the water, and then you're kind of hoping that some of those teams above you just start dropping.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're fortunate enough to have a good game this week between number 3 and number 4, Iowa and Penn State playing each other. So if they can take advantage of that, Cincinnati slips up in there in that top 4, and they're like, hey guys, we've been here the whole time. Just waiting for someone to lose. And I'll tell you what, Cincinnati, they looked legit last week. Notre Dame didn't stand a chance the minute that ball got kicked off. So...
yeah, and they were undefeated last year. I believe now they are, 5-0 this year?
6-0.
6-0, so how many games?
There's 12 games. 6-0? Yeah. Week
18-0.
Huh? There's 12 weeks.
Yeah.
18.
12 plus 6 is 18.
No, there's 12 weeks total in the year.
Means it would be 12.
Whoops.
Yeah. So you would be 12-0 unless you're the Pac-12. And then I believe the Pac-12 is 13.
Yes, 12-0. I'm counting last year and this year. They won 18 games in a row.
Depends on what you thought of the bowl game. Because they count that.
Did they get into a bowl game?
If they went undefeated, they would.
Well, yeah. Okay, so 19-0. I'm sorry, Ryan.
I'm sorry, Cincinnati. You went undefeated, but you weren't good enough to make it to a bowl game.
Took us a while to do that math, but yeah, we got it done.
Yeah. It took just a few minutes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so if you want to, like, comment, subscribe. This was a quick NCAA podcast.
Yeah.
But, hey, we got it done.
Oh, yeah.
We got it done. We kind of flew through it because this week there wasn't a whole lot of great games. But, yeah, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, leave your favorite college team, and then watch the games. You know, like I said at the beginning of this podcast, it's almost Saturday. Hang in there. Or if you're watching this on Saturday morning, good morning.
Yeah, you're already there.
You're already there, and it's football time. It's getting close. You're watching College Game Day, Kirk Herbstreit. You know, hey, it's all good. Just calm down. 11 o'clock's coming.
Saturday watching football sounds like a utopia to me.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready for it. It's Friday, and I'm really ready for tomorrow. So,
yeah.
All right. Love y'all. We'll see you next week.